Good evening, our beloved viewers. You're watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. On the eve of May 1st, the Minister of Labour pays tribute to the workers. On the international scene, on the brink of humanitarian aid after 60 days of a total siege. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic announced the dissolution of the Djibouti Sovereign Fund. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, announced by decree issued on Sunday, April 27, the dissolution of the Djibouti Sovereign Fund. This presidential decree terminated the function of a fund, its board of a director and its managing director. Mr. Hassan Issa Sultan, Inspector General of the State, has been appointed as the liquidator of Djibouti Sovereign Fund. This sovereign decision taken by the state stakeholder in the response of a need to approve the management of the nation's resources. The Djibouti Sovereign Fund was established in March 2020 with the aim of accelerating the diversification of the national economic generation, long-term wealth based on co-investment in a strategic and structural sector. The authorities point poor results in generating the productive investment. The Minister of Labour in charge of Reform and Social Protection, Mr. Omar Abdi Said, delivered in a statement on the occasion of Labour Day, praising the commitment of workers. Today, he said, is a symbolic day that pays tribute to the collective commitment and dignity of the women and men who are working in our country. The International Labour Organization is strengthening social justice through the work drawing the Republic of Djibouti under the enlightened ambition has been the experience of enlightening of these ambitious policies by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili. This requirement for social who has made this demand for the protection, ensuring the definitive transition to a monthly retirement pension system. Since January 2025, our government has implemented this fundamental reform in social protection. This major transformation, which puts an end to the quarterly decade-long payment, represents more than a simple administrative change that allows our elders to find economic security. Dear workers, this reform, the result of exemplary collaboration between our ministries, the CNSS, and all partners, aim to implement this significant transformation for the benefit of our fellow citizens combating youth unemployment. It is a necessary and the necessity of the national imperative in line with our government's labor measure. Our outlook for employment, the trend of 2024 features significant growth in formal employment driven by the boom of the transformation, logistics and trade, while sectors such as constructive and some service experience contraction after the catch-up in 2023. The number of active employees increased by more than 524 between 2023 and 2024, particularly in trade, service, and the construction. This is an indication of the expansion of a formal economic fabric. In the second part of his speech, the Minister of Labour in charge of Reform and the Social Protection addressed and said that our country's effort to combat unemployment, combating youth unemployment, is a national imperative in line with our government's labor measure. Our outlook, he said, for employment trend in 2024 features significant growth in formal employment driven by the transformation, logistics, and trade, while sectors such as constructions of some service experience after the catching up of 2023, the number of active employees increased more and more. This is an indication of expansion of formal economic fabric. Consequently, for about 5,395 jobs were created in the commercial sector between 2023 and 2024. Regarding public employment, 1,832 equipment were recorded in 2024. The comprehensive reform we are resolutely undertaking naturally aligned with our ongoing commitment to the youth employment. Indeed, while we are updating the legal framework for existing workers, we are facilitating the entry of new generation into the labor market. The professional integration of our youth is not just a logical consequence of our structural reform, it is also a moral imperative of our nation's future. In this era, we are making very intensive effort and we are beginning to reap the benefit of the National Agency for Employment, Training and Vocational Integration in the policies that has significantly expanded its network of the economic partners and established faithful relationship with the numerous national and international companies. The closing ceremony of training courses for the 22 batch of Somali police at the Idris Farah Habani Police Academy. The Idris Farah Habani Police Academy in Nagad hosted the closing ceremony of training courses for the 22 batch of Somali police this morning. This event marks the end of an international operation program that has been ongoing for several years between the Republic of Djibouti, the Federal Republic of Somalia, and the Republic of Italy. The three-month training courses is the result of a joint cooperation between the trainer from Djibouti National Police and the Italian gendarmerie within the framework of the strategy partnership aimed at strengthening the operational capability of Somali security forces. This program came within the framework of regional support aimed at stabilizing and developing the professionalism of security forces in Somalia. Director General of Djibouti National Police Colonel Abdurrahman Ali Kahin received the Minister of Interior Said Nur Hassan upon his arrival at Idris Farah Habani Police Academy. The ceremony began with the military band parade attended by Said Nur Hassan, Minister of Interior, accompanied by Brigadier General Abdurrahman Ali Kain, Director General of Djibouti National Police, and General Osman Abdullahi, Head of Somali Police Department. The military band parade featured the participation of various Djibouti National Police units, including the flag, the traffic police, the women's police battalion, the public security department, the diplomatic police unit, and rapid intervention forces, and young Somali police recruits. The 22 band reflect the success of ongoing and cooperation, which has enabled hundreds of Somali people and Somali police officials to receive professionalism training. The new grads will soon head some of the service. Their people will honor the discipline and competence of this 22 batch. Indeed, following this reception, the Minister of Interior, Mr. Saeed Nur Hassan, sponsored the closing ceremony of the training courses for the 22 batch of Somali police personnel at Idris Farah Beni National Academy, the police school in Nagad, under the supervision of National Police and Italian conducted these courses in Nagat for Somali police personnel. The course covered topics such as working mechanisms of specialized police units, crime fighting methods, shooting exercise, and intensive listening trade and VIP protection. The event was attended by the Minister of Interior, Saeed Nur Hassan, and the Minister of Labor, Umar Abdi Saeed. The ceremony was also attended by the General Tahir Ali Muhammad, Chief of Defense Staff, and Brigadier General Zakaria Hassan Adan, the Chief of Staff of the Army, of the Gendarmerie, as well as several ambassadors and parliamentarians from Djibouti and Somalia. This event marked a significant milestone in the career of these young men who have completed several months of intensive training, demonstrating their commitment, discipline, and desire to serve the country with the dedication, courage, and professionalism. They were mentored by professional trainers, learning technique for maintaining the order, human rights, and crisis management, as well as combating organized crime. At the beginning of the ceremony, the Somali police commander delivered a formal speech commending the dedication of the trainee and emphasizing the role of youth rebuilding the country's security institution. During the ceremony, certificates of excellence were distributed to 7 trainees who distinguished themselves for their efforts and commitment during the training period. The Somali police commander delivered a speech on this occasion, an important speech in which he expressed his deep gratitude to Djibouti, its president, government, and people for their support of Somali during its ordeal, the suffering of its people, and supporting its stability and security. He also emphasized that Somali people will never forget Djibouti's instance under the leadership of the wise leader, His Excellency Ismail Mergili, toward its brotherly country of Somali, out of its belief in the bands of the neighborhood history and of the civilizations that unite the two brotherly people. At the end of his speech, he extended his deep thanks to the Italy army, which credit in Djibouti with making this session possible. Also, in his remarks on this occasion, the Director General of the National Police pointed out of significance on this occasion the conclusion of the 22 edition of the training for the Somali police in Djibouti in partnership with the friendly Italy, as it's reflect the depth, distinctions, and strength of the internal historical relation between the two countries and people, said the Director General of the National Police. He also added that this occasion highlight the bands of cooperation, which he said drive the strength and dynamism of primarily from the two countries belonging to a common region, civilization, history, and roots. Colonel Abdurrahman Ali Kain also reiterated the support of the government and people of the Republic of Djibouti under the leadership of President His Excellency Ismail Mergili for the effort aimed at restoring security and stability in Somalia. The 22 batch of young recruits to the Somali police forces marked an important milestone in their career by demonstrating the operational skills they acquired during the closing ceremony of the training provided as part of the mission led by the Italian army. This event serves as an important showcase of the results achieved through a strong partnership between the Federal Republic of Somalia, Djibouti, and Italy Academy in the field of security and law enforcement training. Over the course of several weeks of intensive training, the young recruits benefit from a comprehensive program focusing on basic law enforcement principles, intervention technique, and also civil protection, as well as modules dedicated to human rights. This integrated approach aimed to provide the Somali police with the basic tool necessary to carry out their duties within a legal and professional framework. In the final demonstration, participants were able to apply the skills they had learned controlling sensitive areas, setting up security and arrest technique, crisis management, but also coordinating team on the ground. This exercise conducted with the precision and discipline demonstrate the high level of preparation achieved thanks to the commitment of the Italian academic trainers and the constant motivation of the Somali recruits. At the conclusion of the official ceremony held in the main hall of the Police Academy, participants enjoyed traditional songs and dances that embodied this unique occasion. In a calm and warm atmosphere, meals were served to all guests. So this significant moment was marked by a series of songs performed by the talented national police singer who knew how to captivate the delight audience with dynamic and professionalism. Their performance were unanimously welcome and added a festive touch to the end of the ceremony. In addition, the highlight of this meeting was to exchange symbolic gift between the various officials present. This gesture of recognition and friendship strengthened the bonds of cooperation between the institution while reflecting a shared desire to continue the work carried out in a spirit of mutual respect and solidarity. Following the closing ceremony of the 22 edition of the Somali Police Official Courses held at Idris Farahapeni, Director of Somali Police General Osman Abdullah Mohammed, met with the newly trained young recruits. This event served to instill the values of security, discipline, and service to the nation. The main objective of this meeting was to personally congratulate the young recruits on the successful completion of their training and convey a message directly to them from the Commander-in-Chief of the Somali Police. In his remark, General Osman Abdullah Mohammed congratulated the young police officer on overcoming the challenges inherent in their training and highlighted their crucial role in the country's security. He also emphasized that these young agents now are the member of rapidly evolving the security forces in their respective countries. In our education news, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, in partnership with the US and UK embassies in Djibouti, organized the closing ceremony of the 6th edition of English Language Week this morning under the theme Empowering Learning Through Language and Innovation. The ceremony was held at People's Palace in the presence of Excellency Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, the Minister of National Education and the Ambassador of the United Nations, but also the United Kingdom. The several MENFOB officials also attend this event. This week brought together students, teachers, education professional, and resources for educational institutions, including English language teacher and the CFN trainers. Throughout this event, together they highlighted the growing importance of English language in an increasingly globalized world. The rich and diverse program include debate, speech, and poetry competition, as well as resources presentation and cultural activities, so all in English language. In his speech, the Minister of National Education and Vocational, in his speech, the English, the United Nations, in his speech, said that these courses played a vital role in promoting the oral expression.
It is a pleasure to join everyone here for the conclusion of English Week 2025, a celebration of learning, achievement, and the growing opportunities that come with proficiency in the English language. Over the past week, we've seen students from all over Djibouti rise to the challenge of using English to express ideas, share creativity, and demonstrate confidence in their future. And it has been impressive. As we reflect on what it takes to learn the English language, I'm reminded of a quote I read recently. Do you know what a foreign accent is? It is a sign of bravery. The quote is saying that anyone who tries to learn a foreign language is brave because they are attempting something new and sometimes scary, and they are accepting they might make mistakes. Everyone here who has tried to learn English is brave. I commend you on your courage. Congratulations.
This is my third English language week in Djibouti, and it's been so wonderful to see the progress made year on year by the increasing numbers of Djibouti languages, because the UK, like Djibouti, brings the world together. And my third
For his part, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, affirmed in his speech the Djiboutian commitment to strengthening English language teaching through its educational reform, which aim to develop 21st century skill and prepare Djiboutian youth for a globalized future. The ceremony concluded, he said, with the award winner of the competition held throughout the week. As part of his practical mission to China, the Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources, Mr. Yunis Ali Gedi, held fruitful talks yesterday at the port of Yonte Industrial City, China, with the head of chemical group. The completion of a large-scale project to produce and export 6 million tons of salt from Lakasel to China in global markets through the port of Gubayt was the focus of the discussion between the two parties. The meeting were focused more especially on an in-depth analysis of Djiboutian salt quality, global prices, demand, transportation, and the competition, as well as the technical visibility of the project and implementation method that's highlighting the challenges facing the sector. For this occasion, on Wednesday, April 30, an official ceremony was held in Djibouti to mark the transfer of the first batch of final historical archive from the University Hospital Center in the National Archive Department of National Agency for Promotion of Culture. The significant event represents the first in the history of document and archive management in Djibouti. The ceremony was attended by the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Moumen Assoui, and the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdili. The event featured two powerful speeches full of symbolism and commitment. The ceremony concluded with the official signing of the archive receipt contract by the Director General of the National Archive Foundation and the Director General of the National Archive, marking the conclusion of an unprecedented and exemplary institutional collaboration. This first transfer of the hospital's archive marks a historic milestone in building an accessible, protected, and valuable national documentary heritage that serves the collective memory of Djibouti. And now, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdille, in his speech, said that he was proud of this first hospital is archive to Djibouti, emphasizing that the university hospital and especially the Pelletier General Hospital is the first healthcare institution to adopt such an approach. He also expressed his satisfaction with contributing to this national dynamic in line with the enlightened vision of the head of state and Djiboutian authorities in promoting the preserve archival heritage. He stated that hospitals are full of veritable gold mine in their archive and we are committed, he said, to transferring them to the future. For her part, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowi, said in this initiative as a crucial event for the transmission of cultural heritage. The minister thanked the Minister of Health for his commitment and emphasized that the archives are not just documents but a living witness to history. The minister emphasized that they allow for tracing, transparency, and preservation of our collective memory. And now moving on to the international scene in Gaza on the brink of a humanitarian catastrophe after 60 days of a total blockade. The total blockade imposed by Israel on Gaza Strip has entered its 60 days amid continued intense Israeli bombardment of a striking Palestinian enclave. In 2 months, airstrike, ground operation, and humanitarian blockade have reduced the strip to rubble. At least 38 Palestinians were killed on Tuesday across the strip, bringing the death toll to an unprecedented level, according to the Ministry of Health. 52,365 people have been killed since the start of Israel offensive last October, while 117 others have been injured since the morning hours. A new Israel attack have killed at least 16 people, including 12 central Gaza Strip. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.